So I read an article that was really interesting regarding Aaron Judge. And basically it's from the website nj.com and it was written by Brandon Cuddy. I'll make sure to link the article down below. Make sure to check it out. But I'm going to go through the 9 reasons why Aaron Judge will stay with the Yankees. And make sure to stay tuned all the way till the end. I especially like number 5. I didn't know some of this information, so it was really interesting for me. But make sure to stay till the end so that you can get the full 9 reasons. Number 1, the Giants come off as desperate. They use Steph Curry to try to talk to Judge and text him, even though at the end of the day, Curry wanted to go to the New York Knicks and wanted to play for a New York team. The Giants probably brought in some of Judge's childhood favorites, maybe a Barry Bonds, whatever the case is, but they are trying very hard. And when someone tries very hard to do something, it kind of comes off as, I don't want to go to you guys. Not to mention the fact that the Giants have never spent more than $200 million on a single player. Could the Giants be looking for a hometown discount in the sense that just because they did all of this nice stuff for Judge and that because he would be technically closer to home with his family, that maybe the Giants are looking for a slight discount? That could give the advantage to the Yankees for Judge to return back to New York. Number 2, the Yankees meets his requirements. Judge was stated in saying that he wants to have a winning culture. A winning culture so that he can win championships. What other organization really will give him that chance? There's not very many. The Yankees provide that. Ever since Judge has been called up, he has been to 6 playoff appearances and 2 ALCS appearances. And Judge states that he wants to have a legacy that lives within the organization he plays with. I mean, doesn't that just sound like the New York Yankees? He will have his number retired. That will be a legacy even when he passes away. Will continue to be here and Yankee fans will continue to honor him. Number 3, he has Hal's attention. Not many players can say that they have this billionaire's attention because this guy can be focusing on anyone else, but he's having personal conversations with Aaron Judge. That must be some sort of an advantage to have Hal and to have his ear and to be able to talk to him personally. Not only that, but Hal has said that he will add more around Judge. It just won't be Aaron Judge if he does sign him. So that must be something interesting for Judge to look at and say, hey, they really value me here. Number 4, he's familiar with the Yankees. It's the devil he knows. Brett Gardner once said that he used to have former teammates that would leave the Yankees and then go on to play for a different team. And when Brett Gardner would consider maybe moving on to play for a different team, he would always choose to stay with the Yankees. And why is that? It's because those former players would tell him horror stories about how other organizations are. And they simply would just say, hey man, I wouldn't come here. Judge has been with this organization his whole career. And to move on to start in a new career, I mean, it's like switching jobs, for the average Joe. You've been with a company for 6+ years, and now you have to switch on over, go spend time with new coworkers, maybe they ask you to relocate, so now you have to go to a new city, get a new place, a sort of habits that you're going to have to create. New trainers, everything is different. And a lot of times people opt to just stay at their job because they know the drama by the water cooler, they know what's happening all around, and it's familiar to them, and they'd rather stay in that position. I mean, could Judge actually want to stay with something that he's familiar with? And it's not like we're talking about the Kansas City Royals or some random organization. We're talking about the New York Yankees, an organization with the best of the best. Not to say the San Francisco Giants aren't a world-class organization, but no organization can really compare to the New York Yankees organization. There's only very few that can compete, and the Yankees have the best of the best. So why would you want to try to go elsewhere? Not only that, but Aaron Judge does have a home in Tampa, and that's where the Yankees hold spring training, and they have their player development facilities. Number 5, he has loyalty to his teammates. He has about 10 different unique, creative handshakes with about 10 different teammates. And even with the Bat Boy, you just don't come up with handshakes out of nowhere. I remember my best friend in high school, we had our own handshake, and I didn't have handshakes with anyone else. It was just one person. So imagine having 10 complicated handshakes. That just goes to show you that Judge is actually close with each one of those guys. And it would be hard for him to move on to now start new friendships, relationships with all these new, basically, co-workers at the end of the day. Not only that, but everyone has very nice things to say about Judge. You could even look at the pictures from the All Rise Foundation event that they held, and where Judge had former teammates and current teammates there, and they all posed for a picture. And the Yankees were the signature sponsor. That simply means that they were one of the highest donors in that whole event. But they also had the Yes Network provide free use of their equipment and everything. The Giants weren't there. The Giants didn't donate. No Giants players, nothing like that. It was Yankees teammates, current, former. And on top of that, the Yankees were making sure to donate and were a big part of it. They even allowed the Yes Network to, hey, do everything for free. Anything Judge needs, he has it. Can the Giants really provide that? Number 6, he is very tight with Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone, supposedly in his Yankee office, has a big picture of him and Judge hugging and celebrating with champagne. And on top of that, Aaron Boone has praised Judge tremendously, saying how close they are and everything like that. Now, will Judge be close with Gabe Kapler, the manager of the San Francisco Giants? Number 7, Judge will be the next captain, and there's no doubt about it. Hal has even stated that he has talked with Yankee officials about it, and since he's talking about it, it's probably going to happen. I think that's part of the deal that they're going to have with Judge if he decides to come on over, is that he will be the next captain. Number 8, he hosted his gala in New York. Not only that, but he also went to surprise some fans with Jimmy Fallon, and it was like a whole nice, cool event that they did. Judge could have done this anywhere else, but he did it in New York City. Jimmy Fallon, he could have went on any other late night show, but he went on Jimmy Fallon. This one's kind of like a little bit of a stretch. The guy that wrote the article kind of stretched this one out a little bit. And then on top of that, he also mentions how Judge is in California to possibly also just go on over to the winter meetings in San Diego, which maybe that could be true. And number 9, he wants to stay a Yankee. He's been quoted as saying, "I've been clear on that since I first wore pinstripes." Not only that, but extension talks have been made. Obviously, it didn't go the Yankees' way, and both sides couldn't meet to a conclusion to have Aaron Judge sign before the 2022 season. It is a good sign that Judge wanted to negotiate and wanted to get a deal done. It just shows you that he is willing to stay a Yankee even before free agency. I really do think if the Yankees gave him a good amount of money, he would have never been a free agent. And that just goes to show that he was never really wanting to go out there and go to his hometown or whatever and try to see how much they can offer him. He wasn't doing like a Scott Boras type of situation with Juan Soto, where Juan Soto, he was never going to stay with the Washington Nationals. It didn't matter how much they offered him for an extension, and they offered really good money. He was like, nope. And he also said to the next team, the San Diego Padres, hey, if you trade for me, also know that I will not be signing an extension with you guys. I will be waiting for free agency. So that just goes to show that Judge is willing to stay with the Yankees, and now it's just really up to the numbers. Overall, the article brought out some really good points, and some points that were just like, all right, kind of stretching it a little bit, kind of stretching it there. And not to say also the fact that the Giants can also provide Aaron Judge with all of this that he's looking for, and also be a legend out there, and also create a legacy, and maybe also get a bunch of different players and have the owner's ear and be able to text them and all this stuff. But the Yankees, it's different. Yankees, you think of legacy. You think of tradition. You think of all the championships they've won. The brand, you just think about all of that. Of course, I'm a Yankees fan, so I'm going to have bias towards them. But just in general, the Yankees are the Yankees. They are very well respected all over the world as being one of the best sports franchises ever. The Yankees just don't even compare with another organization. And if Judge really wants to stay with an organization that will give him a legacy that will live past him, the Yankees give him that best chance. And it's not easy playing in New York. Yes, he's probably going to get booed again. That's just how it is in New York. That's just how the fans work. That's just how passionate they are. But Judge, if he comes and stays here, he knows he's going to have to work. He knows he's going to have to perform in the playoffs because the Yankees have brought him to the playoffs 6 times. But he also knows that it can't just be him. And Hal has to do some work as well. And hopefully he does, because we can't just rely on Aaron Judge. He won't bring us that championship all by himself. We're going to need more players. And hopefully the Yankees do that. But if it comes down to having Judge, let's bring him on over. Make him captain. Let's do it. But bring other players around him, because we're going to need it. I'm really curious on what you guys thought about all of these reasons as to why Aaron Judge should choose to be a New York Yankee. All I can say, and all that we really know, is that his decision is coming, and it's coming very soon.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.